So dear respected teacher, Thay, dear brothers and sisters, dear noble Sangha, friends. So today is April 6th, year 2025. We are in the Ocean of Peace Meditation Hall at Deer Park Monastery for the Day of Mindfulness. And today is a beautiful day. I really enjoy the walking meditation together with you up to the Yangtze Mountain. And I want to ask how many of you are here for the first time? Please raise your hand. Wow, a lot, more than I think a half of you. Thank you for coming. Very brave to come. As we know that right now it's not only today, but last few weeks, so many things going on out there, and fears, uncertainties, worries, anxieties were overload of the informations, earthquakes, attacks, everything, been everywhere. Easy for you to trigger to lose yourself. Recently, last 2 days, usually I don't interested about the news, but the last 2 days, 2 days, 3 days, something like that. Somehow because I want to see what's happening out there so that I can talk in and sharing in the Dharma talks. Where I surprised that when I turn on some news and some websites, both English and Vietnamese, to follow what's going on. And I surprised that so many things, too much, too much thing going on, and I felt a little bit overwhelmed. And I decided to just put down my laptop and the time for me to walk, to enjoy walking to the ridge, enjoy the sunset, and walking outside to enjoy what I really enjoy every day. And thanks to that, I really bring my mind back to the body in the present moments. Enjoy the mountain is so beautiful. And I saw two men. Both of them they do biking, and so nice. Like they stop right there near the fire road over there on the hillside, and they demanded me, brothers, are you a monk? Yes, I'm a monk. Are you living here? Yes, I live here. You are so lucky. This is best place in the world. This is the best place in the world. I'm 75 right now, and for the whole life, I searching for place like this. I cannot find out there. And somehow I searched online. I enjoyed biking, and I thought, oh, I want to come here to explore. So both of them, 70, 75, two old men. They biking and they let me know that this is a beautiful place. A lot of peace, a lot of joy, earth nature, birds singing, and no pollution. Very quiet, calm, a lot of space. Be friendly to the natures, and I couldn't find there. When I come here, I felt that energy. So when I hear that, I know that already, but when I hear from the old man, and I really feel like, wow, yes, we are living in the beautiful place. And it reminded me to feel like, wow, this is a bell of mindfulness. That sometimes we live in the good conditions, but so many things going on to trigger your mind and your thoughts, and then you forget about that. Even I'm a monk, I'm easy to be forget about things. And you know, when we practice meditation, there are three kinds of energy that you can produce every day. First, energy of mindfulness. Second is energy of concentration. And the third is energy of insights. So mindfulness is the energy that help you to recognize what is there. Recognize that you have this body. Recognize that it's the present moment is still the beautiful moment. And you are, remember. Remember that only the moments in the present moments that you feel alive. This opportunity for you to enjoy life. Because when you lose the present moments, you can lose your future. Because the future made by the present moments. The present moments, the mountain, the sunshine, community that we walk in together today, all about mindfulness that reminding you remember. The energy of remembering is opposite of the energy of forgetfulness. So forgetfulness is the opposite of mindfulness. So so many things going on in the world, and we are very easy triggered to for those kind of happening. Easy for you to lose yourself. Thanks to the mindfulness energy. But how the energy of mindfulness? When you breathe in mindfully, then you recognize that you are breathing in. Stay with your in breath. When you breathe out mindfully, and then you bring your mind attention to your out breath, and you are stay with the out breath, and you recognize that you are alive. Stay in your in breath. Stay with your out breath. As long as you can do that, you are truly present for your in breath and out breath. Then there is a second energy of, we call the energy of concentration. You concentrate only on your breathing only. When I listen to two men, they're talking to me, I realize that, wow, actually I know this. But when they share with me like that, for someone they don't know mindfulness practice, it's special. Because when you live in such a way, in the environments that you think that you have everything, the mountain is always there, the house is always there, the beloved one's always there, the car is always there, and then you take for granted. But look at the earthquake happening in Myanmar. Boom, everything is become dirt, impermanent. The practice of mindful breathing look like very simple, but carry itself life. So in this year in Plumley tradition, Plumley centers in the world, we have a new parallel verses to practice. It's breath, life. It's death brings healing. So we practice it such a way that each mindful breath gives you life. We know that we when we cannot breathe in and out anymore on the sick bed, and we know that we will die, right? But right now, actually we breathe in and out normally, but we are not aware about our breathing. We cherish our breathing. And if we don't cherish what we have, we lose it. So the practice of is breathing, mindful breathing, actually produce you the energy of mindfulness that give you alive, give you that you feel you are alive. Then every time that you breathe mindfully like that, actually you enjoy your life. You breathe in such a way that you feel presence and you can enjoy your life every moment. So that you're breathing in, carrying that energy of mindfulness and concentration. And when we actually realize that this breathing gives you a life, and this breathing that gives you the energy that nourishes you, nourish your life. And when you can have capacity to realize like that, actually you already have insights in concentration and mindfulness containing the energy of insights. The insight that you realize that you are alive. You are so lucky, huh? You are not the victims, not the victims of more than 2,000 people in Myanmar. And sometimes we feel like we need to suffer with them. Yes, you can do that. But you are lucky that you are alive. You should live for them. When you practice, I want to live for those kind of victims. They're not lucky. So how can you live for them if you don't live mindfully or meaningfully? There are two kind of sutras I I really like very much. And Thay, in the whole life of our teacher, Thay, Zen Master Tịch Nhật Hạnh, he just taught us about these two kind of sutras. The first sutras we call the sutras on the full awareness of breathing. The second is the four establishments of mindfulness. And these two sutras, they rely each other to really help us to practice deeply. So today I will touch a little bit about the sutras of full awareness of mindful breathing. Let us listen to one sound of the bell, okay? To breathe in and out mindfully, and we send the energy of love, compassion for those. They are the victims of everything, maybe from the earthquake, from disasters of the nature, from the wars, from the suffering of societies right now, uncertainties, fear, even they are alive or they pass away. Just let us breathe mindfully to send love, compassion to them. I would like to use a boat. So in the discourse of full awareness of breathing, the Buddha taught us just about practice of of mindfulness of breathing. Okay, so mindfulness is always a mindfulness of something. So the most important practice of mindfulness is mindfulness of breathing. So when we do walking meditation this morning, you practice of mindfulness of breathing and walking. You follow your breathing, and also you recognize, you aware of your breathing, and at the same time aware of your steps. So mindfulness of walking, mindfulness of breathing in the walking. Today we also practice mindfulness of sitting. We sit in here, you practice mindfulness of sitting. And then you practice mindfulness of eating, eating meditation later on. And then we practice mindfulness of listening to the bell. Whenever you hear the bell, for those of you who are for the first time here, you see the people, they stop. And you ask why they stop. So they stop to breathe in and out mindfully. So that you are in the present moment. You check in your body and your mind. I am here. Am I here for myself? Because inside of us, there is energy of running, energy of the horse, the running horse in ourselves that always want to run. Because when you watch the news about uncertainty right now, social security, healthcare, immigrant, you worry about those stuff. And yes, you are worried. I know that. I am also worried about my siblings, about immigrants. And then that worries go on and go on in your mind. And you run into the future. And that worries, anxiety, make fear strong in you. And then you always become the victims of the future. The Buddha said that there's a way to practice. So in the sutra, the Buddha said about 16 exercises of mindful breathing. And today I will touch about the first 8 exercises. And for me, I see this is most of my life practice with this only. You see that monks and nuns, actually we practice a lot of Dharma doors, but the most Dharma doors is mindful breathing. If you can check any Dharmas, any practice, you can see that related to mindful breathing. Are you sitting here? You can look deeply into your body and your mind. But if you lose your mindful breathing, you can lose your mind. And then you can forget your body. So the first exercise is aware, aware of in breath and out breath. So when I breathing in, I know this is my in breath. I'm aware of my in breath. Breathing out, I know this is my out breath. And then I do is I bring all intention back to my in breath and out breath. And then in breath and out breath is become the object of my meditation. So in that moment, I enjoy my in breath and out breath only. So his worry is there, anxiety is still there. But when I start to bring my mind back to the body, to my breathing, and I generate energy of concentration right away, mindfulness right away. And I feel, wow, so lucky, huh? I'm alive. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, and I smile. And we are doing together like that during the walking meditation, right? So is that easy? It's very easy. But when we are overwhelmed by anxiety and fear, and we forget. So if this moment we are not overwhelmed by fear and anxieties, we already train ourselves to practice in this way. So you breathe in and out in such a way that you feel pleasant, you feel alive. So you breathe in and out in such a way that each breath gives life because I feel alive right now. This is the parallels, first parallels of our Brahmlich Sangha. And then the second exercise is follow in breath and out breath all the way through. So how can I follow it? So this is Thay said that this is the land of the longest one that I can breathe in and out. So when I breathe in, my finger is my awareness, my mind, okay? I bring 100% my attention to follow my in breath in, and when I cannot breathe in anymore and I breathe out, and then my mind and my attention go along with my out breath. So you follow your in breath all the way through. It means you bring your mind, bring your awareness, bring your attention 100% to your breath, and you breathe in and out, and you just follow. Do just one thing is follow, observe it. Don't need to interfere. You don't need to make yourself like breathe in and out longer or shorter or deeper. Just follow it. So I very helpful for me. Usually I use my belly. So usually I breathe in and I feel my abdomen is rising, right? And sometimes you feel your abdomen rising for a certain of moment, and then after that it's like falling down. So when you feel like the air enough in you, in, and then it's out. So the rising of the ball of the abdomen and the falling of the abdomen. So breathe in, rising, breathe out is falling. So the belly breathing is kind of like you to sense it, you feel it. So easy for you to feel that it's like deep and slow, so that it can make your self easy to practice. But the main thing is follow your breathing in and out naturally. So when you follow like this, you can this is your object of meditation is your breath. So you just follow only your in breath and out breath, and then you have a concentration, and then you are free from the past, from the news. So the moment that I feel like too much overwhelmed, I close my laptop, take a walk. That's moment of I decided myself is enough, and I take a walk in the afternoon. Usually I take a walk to the beach, even some with some brothers or even alone. And when I walk alone, I ask Thay and Buddha walk with me with the stick. So sometimes she says that, so where's your second body? And then thank you, huh? I have a stick. Um, yeah, I will try to practice better. Sometimes I ask brothers walking together as a group. Sometimes I cannot get the brothers walk with me. I walk some area that protecting enough. And the third exercise, aware of body. We know that our body is here, but look very simple. But actually, are you there for your body? They, our teacher, has said that it's like we sit in front of the computer and then we forget completely our body. Are you there for your body? Or you are just like sinking into like read news, only read news. always sit there and worries? Are you learning the art of stopping and resting? So the practice every day, when you sit right now, when you do walking meditation, you can apply this kind of exercise. You aware, breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I smile to my body. And in the four attachment of mindfulness, we have the Buddha mentioned about 66 parts of your body. So we have different parts of the body. It's not only you say that it's like the whole body is what's the whole body. You can aware about your neck. There's some tension on your neck. Breathing in, I'm aware by my neck. My neck. Breathing out, I smile to my neck. Breathing in, I'm aware of my shoulders. And then smile to my shoulders. And then you aware about your heart. Actually, you neglect your heart, your lungs. You just live in anxiety and sorrow, worry about uncertainties in the world right now. And then you forget, and then you cannot sleep. And you just left your heart and your lungs there without taking care of them. Some of us, we care too much, but actually, you are caring for your body. So bring aware, mindful breathing, bring awareness back to your body, and you look like you observe your body by use the scanner of mindfulness. Scan from the top of your head down to the feet of your toes of your feet, right? So it's not only you sitting, you can do this. Walking, you can do this. And exercising, you can do this. That's why this sutra is very important. You can do anytime. When you do go to the market, you can recognize it. Recognize the body. Recognize the tensions of the body. When you're standing, when you're walking, when you're lying down, so you can aware of the body. So recently, I this time of um, of Solitude Hamlet, we don't have many brothers here. I especially Dharma teachers and elders. So sometimes like I worry a lot. I worry a lot like the novices and the aspirants, they become like rebellious. They do something crazy and I feel I will die. I will feel a lot of stress. So the walking meditation recently is for the Hamlet, we decided every walking meditation we do the 10 mindful movements. And then I realized that it's so wonderful. Those kind of exercise we apply not only walking or sitting or eating meditation, but you apply very deeply into exercising. So we do 10 mindful movements. So because in the day during this week, I always contemplating. I ask Thay present in me. I ask Buddha present in me. So not brothers in not a lot of elder brothers present. So please observe and be present with me, so that no any incident happen during the time. No elders here. So every moment that I contemplate that. So the moment I do exercise like this, and I really realize that they also do like that. They lift his hand up, and then when I move hand down, I feel Thay moving his hand down, and I feel so wonderful. Is when you are mindful enough to the body, you have insight. Do recognize that this body is not only your body. To recognize that this body also his body, um, ancestor's body. So it's not aware of your body only, but this when you aware about this body, you can feel that it's this body actually is amazing. It's amazing. First of all, I feel so lucky that I can lift my hand. Breathing out, I feel no pain. That's so wonderful. But at the same time, I visualize that, hey, our ancestors, my father also doing that. And one moment, one brother said that, can we do one more time for Thay? So we do it like this. And then we feel Thay do with us. So that is a moment that when we are mindful enough of our body only, actually a lot to contemplate the world in the body. This body contains miracles of life, that you are alive. This body contains our ancestors' body. Your heart beat right now with the blood. That blood actually transmitted from the moment you're dead. And you are transmitted by the moment you're dead. All the genes, right, in you. And at the same time, when you are aware of the body and you recognize the tensions or stress in the body you carry. That's why with the fourth exercise is you calm your body. So when you're aware, you're present for the body already. So this is very helpful when you do exercising. When I do qigong, it's not only, you know the qigong, right? Qigong is like tai chi. Yeah, qigong. Bring mindfulness back to each movement of the body. When I hold my hand up, I know that my hand's up. I bring my hand down. I know that I bring my hands down. I stretch my hand. It's not exercise to have healthy body only. But you exercise, you bring mindfulness back to each movement of your body. And then you cultivate the energy of awareness of the body, but at the same time, calmness. You calm the body. You calm your each muscle of the body. So this calmness, breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I release tensions of the body. So this one, you can recognize how much tension you hold on. Release tension and stress of the body. Many days you worry about the things happening out there. Many days you worry about your family. Many days you worry about your jobs. So the body in Buddhism, we call the body also the mind. So when you look at the tension in the body, actually because you are worried, your mind worry too much, you have too much stress. And actually that kind of stress and worries, tensions left behind in your muscles of the body. So practice mindfulness, bring mindfulness to the body. And then you recognize tension you hold on in your body. And then you release it. So you practice a walking meditation. This morning you walk, right? You follow your breathing and you are mindful of your steps. And then you feel calm with your body. And that calmness helps you to release the tensions. And there are also the practice of resting, total relaxation. You can apply this exercise. You lie down on the bed, you have nap. Do you enjoy nap? I think in America, we don't have a culture to enjoy nap, huh? Because we see that time is money. So many, when I, 2 years, when I stay in France, in Plum Village, when I go out to buy the sesame cookies, sometimes I like that cookies and have a tea. And sometimes we want to go early, like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock to buy, but so many of the market they're not open yet. They open about 9:30 or 10 o'clock. And sometimes we because our day mindfulness is like ending about 3:30 or 4 o'clock. So sometimes I go there at 5, they close already. It's very rare to have some area that they open 24/7. But in US, many of them. You just like, you see the money, you want to be rich. And everybody like, we just work. And the wealth, the fame, the power, so important for you. Body, not important for you. So the Buddha said that body also the most things important. That's why, and this body, wherever you walk, you lie down, they are there for you, right? So every time we practice mindfulness at the body, this mindfulness of breathing, and the breathing actually the part of the body, but this one especially mindfulness of the body. Object of your meditation is your body. You can scan the whole part of your body. You can calm your body all day long. So actually, when you are sick, huh, this is very important. But also, if you are healthy, also important. But easy for us to forget. That's why. So when you practice with this sutra, actually, it's not simply. You see that mindful breathing is easy to practice, but it's actually difficult if you don't have a community. Like this morning, if you walk alone at where you are, it's very difficult. We have a community to maintain our mindfulness practice. That's why these 2 weeks, I just follow Sangha's schedule. I be present for my siblings, my aspirants, and my younger brothers, and I just show up for the schedule. Just continue to be there for the Sangha. So this difficult time, generate energy of mindfulness for your body is very necessary things to do. Because thank you to the mindfulness of the body, you see that how much tension and stress I have in my body. And actually, you can see your mind and neglects my body for a long time. I sit there hours for the news. But this is about the body. The Buddha, I love the 6 and the 5 exercises. The Buddha said that when you breathe in and out mindfully, you can generate joy. And then the 6 is generate happiness. Hopefully we have enough time for me to. The practice is not only calm and take care of our body, but also we can generate joy and happiness. Because meditation, the joy of meditation is the food. Because without the food, we cannot survive. Everything needs food. So as a practitioners, if you learn meditation, it's not only come here. You just like um, learn about mindfulness and then walk in, and every day like that, and then you feel like, just only practice of uh, mindful breathing and I feel bored, and mindful walking, I feel bored. But actually, when you practice mindfulness, mindful breathing, you can produce the the energies you call the energy of joy and happiness. The Buddha said that there is many ways to produce joy and happiness. Is first of all is mindfulness, right? That's we already mindfulness give rise joy and happiness. And as I shared earlier, the mindfulness, when you have enough mindfulness by the practice, generate mindful breathing over here. When you breathe mindfully, and then you generate energy of mindfulness, and you recognize that you have this community. They have a community. They have the space in Deer Park to practice with. It's amazing. That's happy enough. Recognize conditions that we have right now. Recognize the moment that you have toothache, and then you are very suffered. And then this moment you recognize that no, I don't have toothache, and that is very happy. That's very joy. So the practice of mindfulness is happen to practice of recognize non took. How can we write toothache? He, yeah, it's right. Non toothache elements in us. So right now I have a community to practice. Out there, you see, not many people have community to practice with. You recognize that the body don't have a toothache. In this season, I have a suffering is allergy with the pollen. So when so many stuff in my nose, I itchy my throat. And the moment I can breathe in and out without the stuff in my nose, great happiness. For me, it's that great happiness because I can breathe, I can talk normally. So, just, by the way, last night I drink some medicine, uh, allergy pill, so I can feel better for today. But you know, even like that, I feel so grateful that this moment I can breathe normally. And if you have some certain disease like a backache, um, heart disease, um, headache, toothache, you recognize the moments that you have normal body. But why I don't have any happiness? The practice of mindfulness to help you to recognize these moments of non-toothache and you compare with the toothache in the past. And then you feel this is so pleasant. You see, that is the art of happiness. They said that there is an art of happiness. So mindfulness gives rise to joy and happiness. And also concentration the same. Concentration and insight. Yeah, when you enjoy a cup of tea, right? You walk in meditation, you generate energy of concentration. Is that you focus, and the concentration is opposite of dispersion. You see that when overload of news, you feel confused. How can I do now? So much uncertainty for the future. The Buddha said, what you can do now is come back to your unnatural within. Enjoy your in breath and out breath. And recognize that you are alive. Dear child, do you know that you are alive? So that is the message the Buddha talked to you. Concentration, opposite of the dispersion or confusion. So when you enjoy mindful breathing, you enjoy tea or walking meditation. You are there 100% for what you are doing. You recognize that what you are doing, you are walking mindfully, recognize the earth. She's there with you. Luckily, we don't have earthquake right now. I feel so great. And I want to live for those people who die, the victims of the earthquake. You see, that kind of concentration bring your mindfulness, bring the happiness and joy. Insights, also insights is kind of drive views, like the energy that help you to recognize something, aha moment. I don't believe it. In the world, there is a place like a Deer Park Monastery existed in the world that the people living, smiling and breathing together and not judging each other. You know, you have that kind of views. Realize people is around you, and that's bring you kind of insights. So you want to be like those people. You want to learn how to be like that. To recognize. Thay said that recognize that you are alive. You have this body. That's already insights. The great insight made by the little insights. So when you recognize that you have this body, and then you feel so lucky and happy, so lucky, and then this opportunity for you to cultivate, practice to enjoy life. That's why you feel happy. There is another one is we call letting go. Letting go also bring joy and happiness. And this one is kind of difficult, but I think you can practice it. Letting go is letting go the cows. Letting go that in our tradition in Buddhism, we said that when we have less, we are happier. We have more, we suffer. So when you have more ideas, more news go on, you feel confused. That's why you suffer. When you are just be present for your mind, body in the present moment. So sometimes you have certain ideas about things that want to do that. You have a certain ideas about that one. That person is the reason to make me feel suffer. That's why you think about that person, you feel suffer all the time. I want to become like that person. I want to be rich like that person so that I can feel happy. So you have a certain ideas, certain notions that you want to taste or ahead in the future. And that's why you are not free. The Buddha said that practice is let go of that ideas. So you can be in the present moments. But how can you do that if you cannot be mindful with your breathing in and out? So when you practice every day, and to see that is like what what kind of things that bring you feel happy right now? Are you sure that when you have everything and you feel happy? Are you sure that it become the president and then are you happy? Are you sure that when you can have that kind of health, that kind of money, that kind of power, and then you feel happy? No. So it's the practice is help us to look deeply into that. So letting go here is the most important is letting go the ideas about happiness. And then actually when you don't want to chase anymore and you be present with your body and your mind, and then you feel um, you are happy. And um, 7 and 8. I know that. I know that I have time, but actually maybe too late. So the seven mindful breathing is aware of your of pain, for the painful feeling, and then the 8 is calm the pain. So this is the practice of mindfulness. Is not only generate joy and happiness, right? But sometimes we feel all this time actually we are very easy to feel pain in our heart. You see, 2025, we know that COVID is not the burden anymore. And then so many years that we fear about the war, and then we feel so many years we worry about many things, earthquake, and right now also things go on and go on. Always something to trigger your pain. Right now is uncertainty in society of United States. And everything we feel like when you encounter every day, you trigger your pain, trigger your painful feeling. So the practice is breathing in. I recognize the pain in me, the painful feeling in me is important. Breathing out, smile to the pain. The practice is not run away from the pain or cut it off or even push away or at the same time fight the pain. No, I want to fight for justice. You know, so many people right now we acknowledge that is a lot of people do protest out there yesterday, right? More than 20,000 people protest. But the best protest is the walking meditation this morning. The best. Because when you walk in meditation, you can recognize that how pain it is. I carry the pain, people carry the pain, and we need to take care of it. Okay? Recognize it's there, acknowledge it. And also have a determined to practice, to embrace it. So the practice is to recognize the pain, acknowledge, embrace it, and calm the pain. So this is our mind in the Buddhism we call. This is our store consciousness. There is mind consciousness. There is the seed down here. In our store consciousness, they have so many seeds, right? And then right now it's news. So much uncertainties trigger you, fear. That's why the pain increase every year. I have pain because of wars. I have pain because of disaster. I have pain because of society's uncertainties. So many. So too much. But do you practice to embrace and practice to care of it? That is the most important thing to do right now. So the practice is look at ourselves when the somehow the pains come up, manifested in your mind consciousness, because the mental formation. Mental formation, right? Come up. Do the walking meditation, you recognize it. It's come up. And you may cry, you may feel disappointed, you feel very hot, beat a little bit too fast. You worry too much. That's why actually I also worry so much. I worry for my siblings, Vietnamese brothers and sisters siblings. We all have worries. But the practice is recognize it, recognize, accept it's okay. I know the pain, I know you are there, and I am here for you. That's why every mindful steps, mindful breath, you are there for the pain. When you recognize, accept, and then you can embrace it. So you breathe in and out mindfully by the walking meditation, sitting meditation. You lie down to relax, and you have another kind of energy here, another mental formations. We call the mindfulness or love, compassion. Let's say it's mindfulness, okay? But this mindfulness energy should be bigger than pain. If the pain too big, the mindfulness tiny like the sesame seed, and the pain eats sesame seed, and then you overwhelm with suffering. So people said that it's a crisis. Everything is a crisis happening out there. It's also Right now, we need to practice. Three kind of energy of mindfulness, concentration, and insight. We need to generate every day strong in order to be in this world. Otherwise, it's easy to be overwhelmed by all the things happening right now. So when you do walking meditation, sitting meditation, eating meditation today, you generate this kind of energy. You do recitation for mindfulness trainings, it's mindfulness training. You do that for the whole world, for the people that they don't have a chance to do it. You see, that's how make the mind very strong. You generate every day. Monks and nuns, we do walking every day. We do sitting every day. In order what? In order to produce more energy of mindfulness and concentration and insights, so that we can have those energies strong and solid, and we can help people. Otherwise, we are very tough. In order to end, I tell you a story. You know, one time Thay in the airplane, and I think you heard this story already. But yeah, it was in airplane, and somehow something wrong happened. Something wrong. Probably airplane can collapse. So like 100 people in the airplane was very worried, and they panic themselves. They run, and then it's very noisy. It's a mess in the airplane. And Thầy sit ở trong khung, and the Sangha, especially Thầy, sit there and breathe in and out, and calm himself. And he breathe in, he see breathing in, and Thầy said that I am fresh as a flower, breathing out, fresh. And Thầy thought it was like when is the airplane boom exploded, and he become a flower. And breathing in, he see himself as a mountain. Breathing out, he feels solid. When he just say like a mountain, and then the airplane is exploded, and then he become a mountain. But the meaningful of this story is actually any situation you can practice. Actually, if you don't practice, and then you lose your mind. And luckily, in that moment, he practiced, and just only 15 or 30 minutes later, and then everything will be fine. Uh, and and then the airplane landed. So I think right now is like every moment in societies can happen. You see the earthquake happen, minutes at the body. Compassion, mindfulness, energy is very important right now. If you walk, you sit, it's not only for you only, but you can walk and sit for anybody. That's why I do that uh, pay for anybody, and for the victims of earthquake. I feel stronger in my mind, and then my energy of compassion is grow. So there is I cannot share all of this one, but there is a book, okay, we call the Path of Emancipation. This is a book that is come from the retreats in Vermont that they teaching about the 16 exercises of mindful breathing, okay? And it's very deep, so many teachings in here. So you can, if you want to learn more and you don't have this book to read, so please you read this book. You can learn everything about two kind of sutras, the sutras of full awareness of breathing, and for establishment of mindfulness that you can apply during this very difficult time in our society. So thank you so much for your listening, and hopefully we together we can practice today to generate energy of mindfulness, concentration, and insights, and compassion. Okay, love. So please remember that during the time that later on we do the recitation of the 14 mindfulness training. So you can continue to do that. It's in meditation. You also can do cultivate the mindful breathing in you. Thank you for your listening.